You know, I've always liked stuffed cabbage, but I never thought of stuffing the cabbage leaves with a human knee, an osteoarthritic knee. Yet there are some people who believe that wrapping their painful knee in cabbage leaves alleviates the pain. Interesting. But even more startling is the fact that there actually may be some scientific evidence for this. Well, osteoarthritis is a degenerative disease of the joints, and it usually happens when the cartilage, and that's the tissue that cushions bones so that they don't rub against each other in joints, begins to wear away. And when bone rubs on bone, that's painful, it causes inflammation, it can cause swelling. There are treatments for this. Injections of hyaluronic acid or steroids can give temporary relief, but there's no cure for the underlying condition. There are, however, some more moderate treatments. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs taken orally or topically rubbed on joints can alleviate the pain. And so, apparently, can wrapping the painful joint in cabbage leaves. German researchers decided to investigate this folklore. And they had 81 subjects. Some of them were told to wrap their knee in cabbage leaves. Others used non-steroidal anti-inflammatory gel, and the third group did neither. They were monitored for a month. Pain was recorded by asking them how they would rank their pain on a visual analog scale that is between 1 and 10. Now, it turns out that at the beginning, none of them suffered intense pain. They all ranked their pain at about 4 on a scale of 1 to 10. But it turned out that after a month, the cabbage leaf people had reduced their pain from a level of 4 to level 2. The gel did not do quite as well, but there was not much statistical difference there. But both the gel and the cabbage leaf did much better than doing nothing. Of course, we don't hang our hat on one study in science. But it turns out that there has been corroboration for this. A study in India with 60 elderly patients showed the same results. Wrapping their knee in cabbage leaves for 2 hours a day significantly reduced pain relative to a control group. So I don't think I'll ever be able to look on my stuffed cabbage as I eat it without thinking about a knee sandwich. But here's another thought. What about eating cabbage? Cabbage contains compounds called glucosinolates, and when you chew these, they break down to yield sulforaphane. This has been investigated. This is produced by cruciferous vegetables like cabbage, broccoli, etc. And it turns out that these compounds have an anti-inflammatory effect, which would be, of course, of benefit in osteoarthritis. But more than that, in the laboratory, in vitro studies have also shown that sulforaphane reduces cell death in chondrocytes. These are the cells that make cartilage. So there may be something even to eating cruciferous vegetables, because researchers have also found that when you eat these, the sulforaphane actually shows up in the synovial tissues, in the synovial fluid. This is the thick liquid that is inside of joints. So there may be some benefit to eating the cabbage. However, a penalty has to be paid. And that is because cabbage produces a lot of gas when it's digested, and that gas can make a rather dramatic and noisy exit. Of course, you don't have to worry about that if you just wrap your painful knee joint in cabbage leaves. If anyone has any success with it, let me know. And that for today is our Cup of Joe.